bedrijf als Square, wat misschien wel bekend is, ook wel volgens mij als een van de unicorns wordt gezien. Dat zijn die opzetstukjes voor je telefoon waar je een creditcard doorheen kan halen om te betalen. Nou, daar is het eerste prototype daar bijvoorbeeld gebouwd. We zullen zo meteen nog wel meer voorbeelden krijgen van bedrijven die daar gestart zijn. Daarna gaan we lunchen, dat doen we om de hoek. En vanaf daar pakken we de bus en dan gaan we voor het eerst deze week echt de Valley in. We gaan dan naar Plug and Play Tech Center. Ja. Philips is daar actief en Six Fingers heeft dat bezoek voor ons voorbereid deze week. En daar gaan we kijken van wat doet Philips hier nou om te zorgen dat ze zich kunnen verbinden aan start-ups die hier met interessante dingen bezig zijn voor hun. Hoe kunnen ze die aan zich leren en hoe kunnen ze, als dat echt heel interessant wordt, hoe kunnen ze die dan binnenhalen en zorgen dat die innovatie gewaarborgd wordt voor Philips.
So the parking spot, so it says their company name there, and next to it is actually the venture capital parking spot. So whenever a VC comes in, they park and they say, oh, what's that company? So it's a dual kind of marketing purpose as well. They're pretty happy about that. It can be can execute, then it's very
not
difficult.
Getting anywhere.
So sometimes we actually invest more in the people in the sense that we actually have kind of serial entrepreneurs, if you will, for one of the startups that's in our batch. It's actually, I think, his 7th startup, and we've invested in 4 of his past ones. Basically, this guy, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but because our CEO Saeed knows him well and knows how well he can execute, whenever he comes back to the building and says, I want to start a business, Saeed will just write him a check and say, go for it. Just because he knows that this guy can execute. And
and also, and even if his former startups have not been a great success, you're still investing in that guy because you believe in him.
Well, I think he's done well. All of his startups have been acquired. So yeah, there are people who kind of build the startups to have them acquired, or it depends.
Okay.
But so we look at obviously what they're working on, the product itself, the team, and then again we get a lot of input from our partners as well through those deal flow sessions and when we're looking through the list too.
Made in the Bay Area. 45% of the global VC investments, which creates this enormous boom of innovation and disruption here. You all know the big companies of the internet era, of the 2000 era. There's a new wave now coming into maybe the IoT world.
It's a total loss. Outside the blue, everything is fine. The other colors represent different percentages of damage. But what I will tell you is that this is another texture processing application for us. We didn't teach it to identify healthy individual plants that are healthy versus not healthy. We've trained it to identify parts of the field, a section of the field with a healthy texture, meant as a combination of color and spatial texture, versus parts of the field that are not.
So everything from a sensor, how the data is processed at the device, how it's communicated to a gateway, and then how it reaches the cloud, the application in the cloud. And so so that other companies can then build applications on top of that. We take care that the low-level communication at the edge, at the very, very low level of the Internet of Things works seamlessly.